You guys lead the league in home winning percentage. This team has the most road wins in the league. I imagine this is about as easy of a regular season game to get up for as you could possibly have, right?
Yeah, I mean, best team in the league coming into your building. I don't think too much more has to be said outside of that. We've played them well both times. In their building, we've played well too. So I'm sure they want to extract a little revenge on us.
So Alex LaFerrier out there, assuming it was just the one game with the illness, he's good to go?
We're going to see. Yeah, I hope he's good to go, but we'll see. We'll see on that.
We're honoring Nick Nixon tonight, and just, in your time here, what has he meant to kind of your role, or just how have you been able to kind of get to know him outside of the broadcast booth?
Well, let me take you back to a dark hair, dark mustache. Nick Nixon, when I met him when I was here in '92. So he survived my career. That's a notch on his belt. He got in my 6 months. But anyways, no, I mean, I remember him obviously from back then, and what a good guy he was then. So it's terrific to see, for me to get the chance to come back and now celebrate this with him, because he's, obviously he's a legend, and he's one of the best, and just a terrific person. And I think that's what everybody will take away. Great broadcaster, we all know that. Our fans know that, but the type of person he is, and positive and always happy. I mean, it's a good guy to be around.
Your thoughts on the mustache? Should he bring it back?
Only if it can be dark. I mean, he took Ron Burgundy on with that mustache. He really did. If you go side, we should have a side by side for him tonight. There you go, Nick. There's my contribution to the retirement.
Jim, are you an old school hockey guy? And I asked that because back in the day, every line had a name, and your guys' top line right now is so productive. Doesn't really have a name yet. Kopi says AK. He wants to go with AK. We've heard AAA. Should it have a name?
I hadn't even thought about it. We don't give it a name, so I would think our fans or you guys, somebody else would come up with that. I don't know. Haven't thought a lot about it. How about just playing really well line? Let's just go with that. And keep playing really well line. How about that? Because one game doesn't make a...
Does that help, though, give an identity, or is it just, again, a media creation to have fun with?
I would say probably more of a media creation.
Okay.
Sometimes for some young players, maybe, I've seen it when 3 young players get together and they have energy and stuff like that. But I'm not sure there's too much that's going to get Kopi going in a different direction at this stage of his career. He's going to be pretty straight and narrow no matter what you call him.
Coach, in the first 2 games against Winnipeg, what was it that you guys did so well that allowed you to get to have the success in those 2 games?
I thought we forechecked their defensemen very well, and we did a really good job on Scheifele's line. I mean, those are just 2 parts to it, right? I guess I would say their power play is effective. We know that. But I think Scheifele's line at 5-on-5, in both games we did a really good job there. And we make him play in his own end, that type of thing.
Obviously at this point of the year, the most important thing is just getting 2 points and winning games. But in 3 of your last 5 home games, the team scored more than 7 goals. What does that do for the group at this point in the season down the stretch?
Well, I'll back this one up too, because we had the same conversation after we scored 14 in 2 games, then we got 1 in the next 2. So everybody loves to score. Guys are committed to checking, great. But on top of that, you like to get the dessert, and that is scoring. Everybody likes that. So, you're always like happy for the goals, the points, and then a few of the goals were really, really high-end goals. You like to see that because, I think it's just good for team morale when you can see that players have the ability to score those types of goals. I think it just does a little something extra for the team. So we're not getting 8 tonight, so whatever. It's in the past. We just got to get 1 more than them.
Never say never. I mean, but there was that road trip where everyone was saying, "Oh, the Kings can't score." That, and then all of a sudden you start scoring. It's in the back of your mind now, the player's mind. We know we can do this. We have the confidence we can do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's all connected. You got to play well. So if you don't spend a lot of time in your zone, you give yourself a chance to get into the other zone. When you get in the other zone, you give yourself a chance to make good plays to create scoring opportunities. So it is all connected. Sometimes the puck goes in, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what our shooting percentage was last game. We had a pretty high shooting percentage relatively. So, it's just hard to measure off of goals. We like to measure off our opportunities that we're creating, because the goals can be very random. You don't always see the tic-tac-toes where the goalie has no chance. So we know we can do that. I think we've created scoring chances all year. Our finishing isn't probably amongst the league's elite, but we create chances.
Status quo right now for Turcotte and Jeannot from where we've been for the last week or so?
Yeah, it's been a week already, yeah. I don't know, but I'm just saying, they're just day to day, and we'll just update as we get information.
Is it hard when you guys really haven't practiced in this building for a week to even look at potentially reintegrating them when they get to that point? Because you're pretty much games and days off at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, when the time comes for them, they'll get out there and do some work and get skating and get up to speed without us. But I think all players, even some of our players that aren't playing much right now, they really appreciate when they get out there with the team. It gets awfully boring when you're out there with 4 or 5 guys. So, yeah, we can appreciate that the team practice is better for everybody, but there are not many left.
Jim, real quick, when there's a challenge, the league sends out an email, whatever the decision is, it's pretty kind of black and white. I'm wondering, did you get any more information maybe on the high sticks and as a team that says, oh, you never looked or nothing like that?
No, did not. Didn't ask for it. Don't read the emails. Just basically move on. I mean, it's really difficult to get those calls right every time that we're talking about millimeters and centimeters. So not much you can do. You just got to move on.